30 septembre, le
Up. Hello. Have you heard the ad just after I stopped my music? Oopsie doo. Hello, hello. I don't know which music to put. Um. What music could I? You know what? Let's go to YouTube. Let's see what he brings me. We could put a meditation music, like those calming some music. These. We could put these, but I really do need to invest my time in some background music that I would enjoy. Hehe. But hello, hello. It sounds therapeutic. Do stream. It's been a long time. It's been like 4 months, I'd say. Yeah, because I was feeling I was feeling really cool last 4 months ago, and then I had to travel for 2 months, so I wasn't with my computer, and then for the next 2 months I had like guests, so I couldn't like be really cozy to stream. Yes, 3 months ago, not 4 months, but still quite long time. So I wasn't able, but I am finally in my little cozy space to stream, and so here I am. Oops, I moved. I have like a suitcase under my desk, and it's moving a lot. Oh, hello Lux, welcome to my stream. Someone there? Yeah, probably. Can you hear me? I hope. But yeah, so last stream we yes, you can hear me. It's so cool. Hello, how are you? Last stream we talked about my story strain that I'm currently creating, and I was trying to explain one of the species that is called a phantasma. It's not like a finished name, but that's what I named those for now. And one of you made me learn about the anime Mushishi. Wait, I have the logo. This one. And so they told me that the mushi from this world was actually kind of resembling what I was trying to explain, because I had a hard time to explain and myself not really know yet how to describe the species. Oh, look, thank you for following. Oh yes, my little widget is working. I didn't know if it was working. Hey, I hope you like the little chibi appearing. I'm fine, thanks. How are you? Well, I'm really great. I was kind of stressed to start my stream because it's been a long time and I'm a little anxious girl. But I'm proud of starting it. Hehe. So the Mushi. So I haven't seen the anime when we told me about it. So I thought that I could learn about it and I could take notes so that I could then come back to you and tell you the difference about the Mushi. Oh, it's raining outside. I love the rain. But I have to go out at 4 p.m. So that would be less fun. Need to take an umbrella. Whatever. Yeah. So I took notes and I finished the 2 season. But there is also a movie and a special episode. Both of them are 40-ish minutes. And so I thought that we could do a watch along of those two together. However, since I just said that I had to go to an appointment at 4 p.m., which is in an hour, I thought that it was quite short to do it. And also, I wanted to have the little widget that showed the minutes that goes since I've started the episode, so that if someone came during the stream and want to catch up, they could see where we are at and put the episode where like at the same time as us. But I didn't find it. Like, I started searching for it at 2 p.m. and it was already 20 minutes past. I still haven't found it, and I prefer to start the stream rather than searching it and have like a shorter stream. So we might do that next time when I would found it. But yeah, that's what I said that we could do. But as for the notes that I took about the mushishi, maybe I could talk about it right now. So I don't know if I'm talking about it in a spoiler-free version, or do I spoil? Maybe, you know what, maybe I could be a spoiler-free, so that I could invite you to see the anime mushishi, and then a next stream, which I hope would be next week, but finger crossed. We know me, I tend to cancel my stream and hide myself. So we'll see, but next time we could do a spoiler more induced stream talking about mushishi while we are watching it. I don't know if Lux, have you seen mushishi? Have you seen the anime? I'm going to search my note. No? Well, mushishi is so it's an anime that went, I think it's been out in 2014, if my memory is good. It's, I won't say old, but still it's been a few years, and I haven't heard about it at all before hearing it last stream. Let me see, the first season was 2005. How do you say 2000? 1000 or 100? 1000. 2005, and then second season 1 in 2014. The I would say that the graphic of it is like in an old style of an old Japan view, like lots of nature, lots of old construction, like, you know, those wooden hats, those old houses, lots of farmer or artisan going on, like the old country, old Japan country. So it's set in this kind of like aesthetic, and we follow a guy that his job is mushishi, which is people who deals with the new, well, it's not new, with a species that is called the mushi. And I say new because it's something specific to this word. And the mushi are kind of like how do you say, well, I need my little translator. Mushi are kind of like cells that are alive and tend to induce lots of different phenomena that are talked about in the season. And it does take like a lot of different appearance, and mushi is called insect in Japanese, so that's why it's called that. And they kind of does look like insect, but like more in a ethereal form, I'd say. Maybe I could also talk about my species, just other remembers, so that we could know what clicked about the similarity. Let me check it. I do have a file for this. Are you there? Here maybe? Here. Oh, hello Miyagi. Welcome. How are you? So yeah, about the phantasma. So let me read what I wrote. So phantasma are one of the three primal species, looking like those who appeared in myths from the lands of forgotten gods, a period in Odrid before even 3,000 years ago. Phantasma were the conception of a dimension which only appeared depending on their own will. Like, by example, one of them is the forest of Rinsheim, which is well, I wouldn't say small, which is a forest, a part of the forest in the magical chain forest, which is like kind of a labyrinth, and when you enter in it, it's bigger than what we could see geographically, and you can kind of get lost. And also this forest do teleport in different part of the magical chain forest. Another one of the phantasma is called Abyss, which is kind of also well, maybe like a little dimension where nothing can truly exist there, like apart from destruction. But a phantasma does not took the form of a dimension or a place. It can change greatly and have like multiple different appearance. The logic and rule of the word doesn't influence the phantasma, but it's true that I've tend to make them like location or like a human appearance. Every phantasma had their own rules and their condition to get out. A phantasma die only if we destroy the element they took the most care of, which for this part I don't really know yet how truly it works. But yeah, that's what I was kind of confused about. Sometimes a phantasma, even if it looked like a dimension or location, could personificate his presence in order to contact the people there, or can contact them through a voice resonating in their mind, as long as they are within reason of the like close to the phantasma. They do spoke the language of the old Audrian, the Audrid world, and had existed since as long as the universe is itself, independent of the ecosystem. Oh, mushishi, I just started it 3 days ago. Oh, really? That's so cool. Well, I was talking about it, about the fact that the species I just talked about, the phantasma, were remembering one of you that about the mushishi, the mushi species, and so I watched the 2 seasons of the mushishi. Well, I just finished yesterday the last episode, and I wanted to talk about it, about the similarities and the difference. So yeah, and I also wanted to do a watch along of the movie and of the special episode, because those 2 I haven't seen them. But since I have to leave at 3 p.m. 45 minutes, I don't think I would be able to talk freely and be able to do the watch along. And also I've forgotten the little widget to do like the timer. I don't know where I found it last time, so maybe next stream. But if you finished the 2 seasons, maybe you could tag along to see the movie with us. That could be so cool. Oh, world breeding stories. I'll lurk in the background while I listen to you and eat my curry. Oh, curry sounds so good. Good, how do you say bon appétit in English? Well, I'm gonna say it in French, but bon appétit. Yep. So that's basically what I had from my phantasma. Now I want to see mushishi, right? It's really interesting. I really do advise you. I would say that the author, the illustrator, kind of have the syndrome of the same face struggle, but I won't judge because I might have the same. But yeah, I would say that almost all of the character kind of resembles themselves, but also I would kind of think that it's maybe a choice, because it's maybe to say that every people are supposed to be like a random one, like it could happen to anyone, and it's just a random story in the universe that the main character learn about, I would say. So maybe it's not really a syndrome, same face struggle. Maybe it's made with purpose. But yeah, let's talk about the similarity or differences that I've seen. So, like we said, the mushi are kind of like an insect-like species. It's like a lot of the same kind, which is how do you say this in English? It's like swarming, like there is a lot of them of the same kind in the universe. Like if you have the ability to see them, then you can easily see one. And it's kind of like invasive. Like some microorganism that could assemble and form bigger phenomena. But my phantasma, like my species, are kind of different on that point, as every phantasma that we encounter is singular from the other, so we cannot really find two of the same kind. So by example, I talked about the forest that can teleport into different parts of the world. Well, we won't really find another forest that can teleport like that. It's they are really singular in their concept. And mushi are also tend to be like small. Like they have like a body that is small but can induce phenomena that is way bigger than them. Like by example, there could be multiple of them in a swamp, and the swamp does maybe I won't spoil what it could do, but does the phenomena that happen, you know. However, if I have a swamp that could do a phenomena, that would be one unity. That wouldn't be like multiple insects swarming in the swamp. So I would say that's one of the big difference, I'd say. Like they are all singular and have different shape and form, and they won't have like insect-like body. I do have much more of location type phantasma, but by example, the forest, it would be the forest. The form of the phantasma would be the forest, and it won't be an insect that parasite the forest. But there could be also like phantasma that does look like an animal or like an insect or like a human appearance, etc., etc., and it would be only this kind. Another difference that I've seen is that the mushi are not visible from the naked eye from everyone. Like you have to, like some of the people can see them, but not all of them. And so you also have like items and everything that makes you able to see them. However, in my world, if you encounter a phantasma, then it's visible, unless the phantasma makes it a purpose to like become invisible or something. I don't know if it's one of the characteristic of a phantasma, like I haven't written one that could do that, but that would be his ability and not the ability of like all of the phantasma. A phantasma is by default visible. However, they are more rare, and so we can encounter less. So it's still mystical, like a basic common guy wouldn't really encounter one in its life unless you have like some incredible experience, or I don't know, but yeah, because they are rarer. Oh, hello Ignacio, how are you? Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Interesting. Thank you. Yeah. Also, what I've learned, well, it's not really a difference, but it's a point that was interesting, and I really want to note all of the different phenomena, because in my mind I had different phenomena. Like, by example, let me say all of the phantasma and its characteristic that I have. So I have like a forest that can teleport and be like a labyrinth that could make the people who enter in it be lost and not being able to get out of it. I have kind of like a space, the abyss, where everything is destruction or like void in there. I have like a true dimension, like it's separate from the world, where in there another species started to live there and construct a floating on a floating island base their life. But the phantasma in itself is like another dimension. I do have like only location now that I see that. I have like kind of like the paradise, the heaven of the Elven, where supposedly the Elven would go when they die. I have like a swarm of whale where city and construction are on their back, which make it a city, a moving city. So, well, it's not really a location as it's whale, but it's still a place. And then I have two characters, which I wouldn't really know what they can do, but I have two humanoid characters. But what I found interesting is that the mushi, so there is kind of like location things like a swamp, a forest, etc., etc. But there is also like folklore history, or maybe yokai and just stories that are explained through the mushi. There is also sickness that are due to mushi and etc., etc. Like, maybe if I go through the title of the episode, I could give some example without truly spoiling. Wait. Up. Oh, I like the heaven-like concept. Hehe. Like the far away in the Lord of the Ring. Oh, I still haven't. Well, I started to watch Lord of the Ring, but I've stopped midway. Why did I stop midway? I don't know, but I really need to catch up on that because it was really interesting. But it was like a lot. But you know what? I'm gonna note to continue Lord of the Ring because I'm interested in the far away. I don't know at all what it is. Okay, up. So yeah, the title episode. Yeah, by example, they talk about a phenomenon like, by example, a swamp, or like the dew, the rain. They could like, oh, I don't know, but like the little I don't know, the little common things of the nature, like a rainbow, or the oh, I don't know how to say too much, or like the light, the darkness, everything. They took a lot of small things and explained them through the mushy spectrum, and it's really interesting. And I thought that I could add some phantasma that could look like, well, it won't be a little insect that induced the phenomena, but they could took form of the phenomena itself, like maybe a phantasma that is the shape of a rainbow, and that would explain why rainbow are there, or stuff like that. That could be really interesting and a cool take. From that book, you read a lot of from that book you read a lot The Hobbit. Yeah, the you mean the species of the hobbits? I've made a few at the start of the movie. I think like the main character is a hobbit too, right? I don't know. I think he is. Frodo. I think Frodo is a hobbit. The mushi are like spirits or something. Well, one could definitely categorize them as that. But they have a really great definition in the anime, so mine would be less pretty in my opinion. But the mushi, like we came from Homo sapiens, like, and before that, maybe the monkey before that, blah blah blah, and before that, we are cells, and there are living beings which are cells-like, and from those cells became like kind of sort of insect-like. They truly take the base of like the life essence, so that's why they're not really visible, because it's more like a concept. And for those concepts, they are many different concept, and so they influence the world through that. But I wouldn't really say spirits, but they do act like it, because some people could interpret them like ghost or like spirit and all, but truly it's just another species that live among them, and thus are need to be dealt with specific people who know about them, the mushishi. Another thing that I've learned from that, that was really interesting, but I wouldn't say that would resemble the phantasma. It's about the guardian. During the story, we read about the vein line, which is I would say road where energy manifests higher. Mushi tend to be in greater number, etc., etc. And in those paths, when a line crossed like a forest or a mountain, there is a guardian who rule over this place to protect it, to protect the balance of it, etc., etc. And it's called the guardian. And to specify, like to recognize that he's a guardian, how do you say this in English? Moss. There is moss that grow on its body, like on its back or on its head, whatever. Like moss with like a little bit of herb, a little bit of mushroom, etc., etc. Like a little bit of nature grow on their body, and that would be on any guardian. So from like the guardian could be like a fish, the guardian could be like a human, the guardian could be like a boar, whatever. The moss would grow on his body to indicate that he's the guardian. And so my vendor's mart does not have things like that, and I'm not interested in having things like that. However, I do have ancestral beasts. The ancestral beast, so yeah, the species from my word can be separated in I'd say 3 categories. Let me check back on that so that I don't say anything wrong. Yes. Oh, hello Raphael. Hey, I'm talking about the mushishi that I've seen and about the similarity and difference. I wanted to do a watch along, but I don't think I would have time for that. So maybe next week if I find the little widget that I wanted. I wanted like a little widget about to be able to like see where we are during the movie, like the minutes that's been on, but I haven't found it, and I didn't want it to took this time to find it and not be able to stream, though I saw that talking about it and catch up with y'all could be a nice option. So yeah, so my species can be separated in 3 categories: the mobs, the Homo sapiens, and the beasts. How could I describe each other quickly? Okay, so the Homo sapien would be any humanoid form, any people that are doted of consciousness, intelligence, capacity of memorizing, capacity to like locomote, to move to different places and all. A beast would quite be resembling that, but he would have less of a consciousness, less of an intelligent of or capacity of memorizing. However, he would be stronger. He would gather like more strength, and he would have like more of a bestial, like a, if you want, more like a furry appearance, you know, more animalistic appearance. But do not confund with the species in itself, like by example, let's take one of the species which are called the crowmen. Okay, so the crowmen can be once again separated in 3 categories: a crowman Homo sapien, a crowman beast, and a crowman mobs. A crowman Homo sapien would have like so a head that looks like a crow still, would have like feather, a beak, etc, etc, but maybe he would be taller and slimmer and would be they would have a tendency to be gentlemen, so they would have like maybe more capacity to communicate and be gentlemen. However, their base form would be maybe like a giant chunky crow that could be considered as a mount, where we can mount them, or maybe they could be be like more muscular, more giant. Maybe their figure could be like bigger or have another shape, etc, etc, like, but more on the strength kind of category. And then the mobs are like really the small creature that we could see in our own world, so that would be the basic crow. So yeah, they can be separated as this. However, some beasts can become ancestral beasts due to the transcendence. How do I explain this quickly? So in each of the species, there is elemental fluid that flow into them. It's elemental fluid is basically your typical mana, okay? And when there is too much of elemental fluid that the animal could normally have, they are considered like they transcend. Not everyone can transcend, and normally it's like just too much of a flu and you would die or blah blah blah, okay? Or you would have the malice sickness, which is more prone to the mobs, which is like your typical berserk mode, like you became outraged, you suffer a lot, and you just search like for suffering in return. Some beasts can tame this transcendence and ascend to ancestral beasts. So for that, then they have like higher strength, they gain new skills, new power, maybe new form, and they age longer than what their normal life would prepare them, like life how do you say this, life endurance, anyway. And actually that could be really interesting, that the ancestral beasts that do have the transcendence can have kind of like a distinction, like an appearance, like by example having moss and earth and mushroom growing on your body, you know, like maybe due like a result of the elemental fluid being higher and maybe natural growing on yourself. I thought that was really a cool point that I could dive in. Oh, hello, Mongrel FM. Did I say it right? Hello, how are you? What's poppin'? Well, we are talking about my word that I'm currently working for, like a story. Just mongrel is fine. Okay. Well, mongrel, we're talking about my world, and about specifically a species that is called the phantasma, that was apparently really similar, that could be really similar to the mushi from the anime Mushishi. And so I've watched the anime those past few months, and yesterday I finished the season 2. So I took little notes, and I was actually saying what was the similarity and the differences. And I plan maybe next week. Well, I keep saying like next week, but I do have to remind you all that I am a little anxious girl that stress a lot when I start my streams, and I might cancel it due to stress, but also I might be there, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, next stream I do plan to maybe do a watch along of the mushishi. I'm fine, thank you. World building is fun. Oh yeah, I do love it a lot. I joined when you were talking about transcendent. Made me think of the nightmare spell in Shadow Slave. Oh, what is it? I don't know about it at all. Sorry that if I don't write so much. I was listening while working. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You can chill during the stream. You don't have to write. I'm really pleased that you're here and listening. So there's nightmare spell in Shadow Slave. So Shadow Slave, what is it? Is it? It's a web novel. Shadow Slave is a web novel I'm reading. And what's it about? Because I'm afraid to read about it and spoil myself. Growing up in poverty, Sunny never expected anything good from life. However, even he did not anticipate being chosen by the nightmare spell and becoming one of the awakened, an elite group of people gifted with supernatural power. Transported into a ruined magical world, he found himself facing against terrible monsters and other awakened in a deadly battle of survival. What's worse, the shadow powers he received happened to possess a small but potentially fatal side effect. Oh yeah, it truly does resemble the principle of transcendence in my word. However, the transcendence only does appear for like the beast, so it would kind of become like the guardian of where they are, like, you know, those big beasts that are calm, that just protect the world, etc. Like, okay, do you know the Ghibli bro, how did it, Mononoke? Is this the Princess Mononoke? Is that the title? Like, do you know the big giant ancestral deer? I think it was a deer. The animal. It would kind of be like that. And normally, but it actually happened. Normally, a humanoid cannot, like a Homo sapien, cannot transcend. It's not possible for them. However, I do have one character that is able to. It's very good to settle the difference. Yeah, I did quite enjoy noting the oh, I do have a. Oh, thank you for following, Mongrel. Yeah, I did really enjoy noting through the story the difference. Like, it was pretty enjoyable. Bro, don't worry, I'm cutting steel right now. Just chill and listen. Why are you cutting steel? Are you working on a project? Sounds so cool. I know what you're trying to say, like protector of a place. Yes, exactly. Kind of like that. Spirit. I forget what I was talking about when you said spirit. But no, there wouldn't be. I think I was talking about like the Homo sapiens being able to transcend, but there wouldn't be spirits. Transcending to me is like having an abnormal amount of elemental flu, which is mana, into your body, compared to what you're actually supposed to have at birth, based to your species. To have an abnormal amount and be able to tame it would mean that you have like you're kind of like of a hero, like a stronger human, you know, kind of like this. But it wouldn't be spirits. However, you're not totally quite wrong, because there is a species or a being that at birth are only composed of elemental flu, and those are the deities, the goddess, gods, blah blah blah. So you could consider those as spirits, kind of like this. And I'd say the more you have elemental flu at birth, like a normal amount at birth, the more you are like more magical, mystic, you know, blah blah blah, kind of those. So yeah, but for like a human, by example, let's say the crowman guy that I used to talk before, so it's just like a crow looking guy, and if he would have more elemental flu, he would just be like a strong guy, you know. But if he's able to tame it, which is normally not possible, and normally you would end up dying because of the amount that is too much, but it's like a sickness that's not really common either. I see. I'm in work right now. Oh, so you're cutting steel for work. Hehe, that's kind of cool. Is this like the forgery? How do you say the smith? The same. All for listening, Plume a little more. Hehehe. The more George you have of the wait, let me write it. Elemental flu. The more George you have of the elemental flu, the stronger you get. Based on your species. So you do have limits based on your species. But yeah, that would be the gist of it. And also based on like the type you have, like by example, if you're a beast, you would tend to have more elemental flu, because this kind of category is more based on strengths and all. However, the Homo sapiens are more based on intelligence and adaptability, so they would have less elemental flu, I'd say, and the mobs would have like so few of it. What are all the ranks, if there are any? They actually are. Let me check the page. Where did I put it? Maybe here. Ranks. Do I have a page that talk about the ranks? I don't think I do, but I think I have in the guild, maybe Adventurer Guild. Yes. Okay. No, I'm not a blacksmith, but I make different things from steel. Ho ho ho. Oh, I do have an ad. Let me hide this. I don't want an ad. Okay. So yeah, the ranks. So you can, if you want, go to an adventurer guild to test your capacity and your your ranks based on the elemental flu and training that you made on it, you know? And so see the ranks that you have. So I said, what did I wrote? We use the elemental fluid to give ranks and propose adequate quests to the adventurer. The results weren't written in number, but in Old Ordred, so the old language. Bigger was the level, and bigger was the possibility of accessing zone more or less dangerous called dungeon, like the cavern, the abandoned castle, intriguing ruins, etc. And phantasma were sometimes also categorized in it. Not everything was categorized, but it was useful in a world full of wonder to protect those with a weaker possession of elemental flu. At first, there is a level of the adventurer. Wait, what did I wrote? I wrote, at first, there is the level of the adventurer, of his strengths, then there is his rank in magic, and then the level of the dungeon. By example, a sorcerer of rank 1 cannot use spells of rank 2 because his intelligence impact on his rank, but a sorcerer class with a low rank can use stronger spell if during the test he made himself look like he was weaker. Okay, I don't know if you understand what I said, because I was kind of like learning myself. It's been a long time since I wrote those. But yeah, so I won't really have all of the rank, and for now I just like previously I said it weren't written in number, and then I said numbers, so you kind of see that it's not really well made yet. So I don't really have title for ranks, but I have the principal gist of it. I might quote ideas from Shadow Slave if that's fine. Yeah, sure, you can. The world building in it is really interesting. Yeah, sure. Can you also give me like a linky link to where I could read it? Because it sounds really interesting, but I don't know where I could read it. I'm working on a machine called LUT machine. Whoa! What is that? Sounds like a boss to me. Oh my god, what's that? It's gigantic. Is there a way to view the document or where I could actually show you right now? Wait, let me okay, so up, where are you? Obsidian. Wait. Okay, so maybe I need to make it full. Does it show? Not yet. Obsidian. Dawn. So I wrote my my story on wait, bruh, how do you say this? Oh, bro, I have to leave soon. Oh no. On software, do you say software? On a application, on a thingy thing, okay, that is called Obsidian, where you can like put like notes of it, but it's not publicly like shown. Like I could show you in the stream, but then I don't have any link for you to access it because it's my working space, I'd say. So, and there is like lots of not finished things in it, so I'm kind of like ashamed of showing it everything, but I can freely show it in stream. I don't mind that. In fact, I do enjoy it. But in the future, I wish to make something of it. I don't know yet why. I don't know if it would be like a book or an art book or a manga or an animation or a video game. I don't know what it would be. I think for now I do tend to want to make it a video game and an art book, like multiple art book, because in video game I could be able to showcase multiple branch of stories, like we could dive more in the side character stories, etc., and we could admire more the world, the background, etc. I think that would be more enjoyable than a manga where I'm like stuck to showing one frame of it. So yeah. And also art books, so that I could explain more stuff in depth. It's just 2,500 chapters. Oh my god, it's a lot. I'm just 809 chapters in. Not sure if I can send links. I don't know if you can, but maybe you can send me on Twitter. My Twitter username is, let me check. I think it's just Plume art book, but I forgot. What is it? Profile. Yes. Let me type this up. So I will send you a picture of it later on Discord. Yay! Oh yeah, sure. You can, Mongra, you can also send me the link on Discord. Where is the link to be on the Discord? Normally, I have it in my bio. I have like a card code in my bio. But let me give you a link if I know how to do it. Invite people. Copy. Past. Okay. Alright. Well, no web novel would be the best in my opinion. Oh, why would it be the best? I'm curious. There is an app where you can also earn money from your web novel. Oh, really? And eventually you can adapt it if you have the fund. Or that could be cool. But I'm afraid of my skill for now in writing things, and I'm mainly focusing on illustration for now. So I would feel sad if I'm not able to show illustration or background or visual art in it. But maybe you can in web novel. Maybe you can like show multiple art style. But there is something in like being able to 3D visualize the background, the cities, like being able to walk in, that made me feel with joy. Like, you know, it's kind of like we're going in the universe. But I totally don't have the skill, so that would be for my end life goal for now. Or maybe sooner, I hope. I join. Yay! Hey, welcome aboard. Oh, I saw that Ellie posted, no, I'm outside. Yeah, but on that note, I think I have to leave for my appointment. But this was such a nice time. I hope next week I'll find the timer. Like, let me put it as a quote, as a quest. Search timer for stream. So we could do the watch along. And for those who haven't seen Mushishi, maybe you could watch the first and second season so that you could be up to date. Because I think the movie is supposed to be at the end of the 2 season. However, each episode kind of like are able to be seen without seeing the previous one, so maybe the movie would be the same. We can help you with story writing. That would be so fun. I sent the link to the website I read from. Oh, thank you. I'll check that later. See you next time. Yeah, see you next time. I hope you had a nice time. For me, I did. It was really fun. And actually, like, no joke, but the background music kind of calmed me down. Like, it was less stressed. That was kind of funny. But yeah, see you next time. I really hope. I'm really excited for next time. Bye bye bye.